So we have to take all of that in consideration. We also have to keep in consideration what was the intent of King James when he developed his translation. What was he trying to accomplish? Because he himself was a homosexual.
Yeah.
We also got to keep in mind that we want to Bible thump people with a book that was created for historic value and not a way of life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just speaking the truth at this point because when you learn who what Jesus did in his time and him operating as the Messiah, when you understand how God operated, how Jesus operated, and how the Holy Spirit operate, it's not a physical book.
Right.
So we don't want to do the due diligence to see how we can separate and stop hurting people,
Mm-hmm.
especially those of the LGBT community in the church, because we're so hell bent on a moral aspect that's only recognized in Christianity and Judaism. Them the only two religions that recognize homosexuality as a sin or even sin. Them the only two religions that recognize sin. And I'm talking about as in the word,
Yeah.
not in the act. So then now we're looking at, well, how do Hindus look at sin?
Mm-hmm.
How do Buddhists look at sin in our perspective? Sin is more of a religious, Christian, and Judaism word that we use to mold and to structure an ideal of what is right. And that's where we messing up.
Yeah.
and
I would
and it
agree.
hurts me when we see a lot of younger generations that run from the church because of this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's hurtful because it's like there's so much good in it when you really truly learn the love of the Lord, but we can't give them that because all they see is money and you going to hell. They argue about the pastor taking the money, and they argue about I'm going to go to hell because I like girls.
Yeah.
And I have a problem with that, and I'm going to always be and in the community that I'm a part of, my spiritual community. Larry Reed is the church critic. we're
Yeah.
going to all yeah we're going to challenge those things because it is solely about the soul. It's
Mm-hmm.
not about your control, your aspect of trying to organize and structure up people to do what you say to get the best out of them. You might as well call Christianity a cult if that's going to be the case.
You about to start something right now.
But it's the truth. And I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
I am grandfathered in to Christianity because that's what my family was. I'm grandfathered in.
Yeah.
But I still the chose to follow Christ as that example. That's my choice. I didn't choose any other, didn't choose Islam. But there's things I understand and agree with.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Muslims, things that I can agree with.
Right.
Same thing with Buddha, Confucius, all of them. There's a level of agreement. I can say, you're absolutely right about that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can say the same thing about what some of the things that Jackie Hill Perry mentioned in some of the other TikTok videos, and
Mhm.
her and her husband actually have a YouTube video. So, like I said, not everything that she said was
Right.
damaging to certainly the LGBTQ community, but I just caution and worry that how she presents, and she even said it in one of the interviews I think she did with, oh man, the name will come to me. But
Is
she
it
said,
Lecrae? Lecrae
yes,
Moore? Yes.
yes, she said that, people were using her, and she referenced white people, and then she said, I
Oh,
think
they
at
was
one
using
point
her good.
the church, the religious, I forget the term he used, but I don't want that experience that she may have had with them influence or drive home the narrative that she's trying to paint now, in the sense that her walk with Christ, or her walk, in her faith, has led her to a place where she's now delivered from the LGBT or the lesbianism that she once, lived in. And
Right.